Hello and welcome back to Paul's Beer Reviews. Hope you're doing well. I've got a beer from Fuller's to review for you today. It's one of their seasonal offerings. It's in a keg and it is their Jack Frost, described as a malty warming winter ale coming in at 4.5% ABV. Ingredients: water, malted barley, yeast, hops, blackberry juice. This is notably a blackberry heavy malty ale that they release around this time of year. I've not seen it in a bottle anywhere this year, so I picked up a keg from the Fuller's website. It's been chilled. I'm going to load this into the Beer Monster machine, which is next to me. So, yeah, hopefully you'll see me loading that, and then we'll start drinking it. So stay tuned. And welcome back. I've got the keg loaded in the Beer Monster. That went in with relative ease, which is always good. Sometimes you get different caps on the keg. Sometimes the whole lot comes out, but what's good about the Beer Monster machine again is that the whole lot does have to come out. You got these little bad boys, and that goes into the top of the keg, and it kind of acts, it just kind of sucks to it. There's nothing else getting underneath it, nothing getting through it, which is perfect. So then your little rod goes through and your beer comes through that. So that came in handy for this one. But yeah, the beer is in. It's at 8 degrees at the moment. We're going to give it a try. So it's the Fuller's Jack Frost Blackberry Ale. We'll see how it goes at 8 degrees. Let's pour a pint and see how she does. Might need some gas in it. I know. Seems to be plenty of gas. I pumped a little bit into there for a few seconds. And that seems to be pouring quite nicely. Just starting to slow down a little bit more now. Pump a bit in there. There we go. There it is. There is a pint of Jack Frost from Fuller's. It's got beautiful, very autumnal looking colour to it. It looks like a red ale. Lovely dark red, dark amber colour to that. Stunning. Almost a little bit of a chestnut colour to it. Looks fantastic. It's got a one finger just off white head. Slightly creamier looking head to it. But yeah, that looks the part in the glass. Really does. I'm looking at the bottom of it and the light's bleeding through that. Lovely colour. That's a proper autumnal looking ale. That it kind of fits the way everything's looking at the moment. Let's stick my snout in, get the aroma. Distinct blackberry. Definitely. Blackberry coming through straight away. A bit of citrus, a bit of orange. To be honest, that might just be the Fuller's yeast. If you're familiar with Fuller's beers, you know there's always tends to be a slightly marmalade-y, orangey backbone. I'm pretty sure that's from the yeast that Fuller's use. Toffee. That blackberry, slightly tart blackberry aroma. Underlying, say, citrus notes. A bit of toffee. It smells quite pleasant. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. Oh, that's pleasant. That's nice. That is nice. I've got the machine at 8 degrees at the moment. It could probably go up a notch. I reckon 9, possibly even 10 would be a good temperature for this. It's a bit of a... It's very fruity. You could tell there's a lot of blackberry on the flavour. Slightly tart from the blackberry. Not overly so, but slightly tart from the blackberry. As you'd imagine, it's not exactly the smoothest flavour in the world, blackberry is. Quite tart, quite sweet. Smooth mouthfeel. Good body to it. I haven't pumped a load of gas into the keg, so the CO2 level and carbonation levels are pretty good on it. Does just enough to throw that flavour around at you. But there's certainly a cask quality ale there, again, from the Beer Monster machine. But yeah, lovely blackberry flavour to it. Nice, smooth, very drinkable ale. At the back end, there's a very slightly sort of roasted malt character to it. No real bitterness to speak of at the back end, but there is a slight malty finish, like a roasted malt finish to it. I'm not sure what malts have gone in there. There might have been a little bit of crystal malt, without knowing too much about me malts, but I kind of get the feeling it's slightly resembling of sort of the hobgoblin finish. There's a slight roasted malt finish to it. It's predominantly blackberry. There's a bit of orange, like I say, a bit of marmalade-y, citrusy feel to it. Maybe a bit of grapefruit as well. That blackberry really surrounds the tongue, goes down the sides. Quite a strong flavour. It's very nice. It's a very drinkable, very sort of dark fruit orientated ale. It's nicely made. Again, I've got no complaints with whatsoever. Fuller's don't know how to make bad ales. Yeah, it's poured lovely through the machine. I'm happy with that. I paid 20 quid for the keg, ordered directly from Fuller's. Yeah, like I say, nice combination of blackberry, citrus fruit, and a nice sort of slightly roasted malt finish to it, which gives it a nice finish, a nice balanced feel. But I do think maybe a degree or two warmer, maybe up to 9, possibly 10. I think that beer might come into its own a little bit more, but I like it. That's a good one. It's a good one for if you're having like a meat pie or something, maybe even a Sunday roast. If you're having a Sunday roast this weekend, it's sort of thing to go well with that. A nice bit of meat, particularly beef. I think it'd go well with a nice sort of a beef pie or roast beef dinner. I think that'd be nice. It's another cracking ale from Fuller's. Yeah, I think a degree or two, I think maybe 10 degrees might be the magic number for this one. I've got it at 8. I just feel it's slightly chilled, too chilled. But it doesn't mask the flavours. Plenty of blackberry, plenty of citrus. And just there at the back end, there's a slight roasted malt character. It gives off almost a subtle dark chocolate flavour. Only subtle though, but it balances it off very nicely. Yeah, Fuller's Jack Frost. I like it enough to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's a lovely beer. And yeah, I'll let that warm up a little bit and enjoy the rest of that keg. I think that's going to go down very nicely. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10 for Fuller's Jack Frost. Go onto the Fuller's website. I think it might just literally be fullers.co.uk. I'll put a link in the description box below if you fancy getting yourself a keg of this for your Beer Monster machine, if you've got one. Or obviously you could just drink the keg as it is. But yeah, it's a lovely malty ale. So well done, Fuller's. Again, 7.5 out of 10 from me. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Until the next one, you take care.